Oh, hold on. Okay. Yeah. What's good, y'all? Back at it again with another reaction. If you're new to the channel, my name is Shadiq, and you're now locked into KRXOVR Media. KO. I'm just really excited to see him doing more and more solo tracks. His last solo joint was really good. And the fact that I got a 10 from Walks, that's how you know he's doing something different. He's turning the tables, really and truly. But I don't want to say too much, man. 98, they're all wilding out. KO, incredible lyricist. So I don't want to hold you out too much longer. Let's get it. Maniac. Oh, the visuals. Wait a minute.
Best be ready is fight or flight. If your legs be jelly, might not survive.
Yes. Do more of this, KO. Yes. Yes.
Best be ready is fight or flight. If your legs be jelly, might not survive. Left seems messy, love that kind of ride. When we step, we chefy or it's band that flies. Tired of trying, but
see what I'm liking about the fact that he's just doing rap right now. Obviously, yes, I understand drill is a subgenre of rap. I get it, right? Whatever. I'm not gonna get into all that. But what I like about him doing this style in particular is that it gives him access to new flows. Right, switching up sound, changing BPMs, all that, it gives you opportunities to do new things with your voice, allows you to tell your stories a little bit differently. And I'm liking the fact that he's using this as an opportunity to make a larger commentary, as you can see, you know, with the imagery and everything. So let's see what it is exactly he's gonna say.
If your legs be jelly, might not survive. Left seems messy, love that kind of ride. When we step, we chefy or it's band that flies. Tired of trying, but need their death, so it's me that attempts, so I'll try to supply.
Oh, hold on. Okay, so they're moving the chess pieces. I chose the perfect frame. They're moving the chess pieces, and as they're moving the chess pieces on the board, the corresponding people in the image, well, in the video, are moving.
Seems messy, love that kind of ride. When we step, we chefy or it's band that flies. Tired of trying, but need their death, so it's me that attempts, so I'll try to supply. I'm the type of guy to speak with chess, bleed for my set, go slide for mine. Free Stally, he was trying to fly them pebs. Free Crashy, he just loved to fire at them. Free Desi D, love the things to drive or ped. Free M Trapo, free Chunks, two violent men.
This is reminding me of Cadet's video where he did something similar conceptually, where you have the police and you have other people on the other side and they're kind of doing this back and forth. Well, it was really just him, but yeah, let me know if anybody else in the UK did a visual kind of similar, or if there's any other artists in general who you know have done kind of similar visuals or use kind of similar concepts and imagery.
He was trying to fly them pebs. Free Crashy, he just loved to fire at them. Free Desi D, love the things to drive or ped. Free M Trapo, free Chunks, two violent men. Holt Smokes comes home and finds his steps weren't a year out, and he's doing some time again. Got me like I got him, do what anyone now I'm against. Free YB, he's just doing his final bend. Drug cases, buck pagans or hitting licks. These the reasons why my people doing prison stints.
I can't even like do too much physically because I'm just actually so honed in on the different sound. I'm enjoying KO using his skill to do something different. Like I'm most likely gonna get over the initial like whatever and just like make the video, but I've been wanting to share my thoughts on the future of drill and the potential of drill rappers and everything. And KO is definitely illustrating a point that I know I want to make. Yeah, he's incredible.
Buck pagans or hitting licks. These the reasons why my people doing prison stints. Enough machines, enough bedines. Might bring a stick with me to go hit a chick. Shit's man's best you don't like on the pavement, cause this test will have you in the grave, not get graded.
KO, if you keep doing this, I think you're finally gonna start getting the respect that you deserve as an individual. And if you can start collaborating with like other, especially non-drill rappers, even if you can pull some like OG grime heads,
enough bedines might bring a stick with me to go hit a chick. Shit's man's best you don't like on the pavement, cause this test will have you in the grave, not get graded. Get bread and then push that paper on trainers. Select cracks push out to estates and then they stem. Be ready, they gon' turn you off, you're not lucky.
There's so much. I'm trying to clock the visuals. You know, obviously the fact that they're confronting the pieces when the pieces come on the same place. You know, it's them versus the system. Obviously, you know, they represent the system and everything. So that's what that image is for. But the fact that he's using his voice the way that he is, this is, wow.
That's what have you in the grave, not get graded. Get bread and then push that paper on trainers. Select cracks, push out to estates and then they scum. Be ready, they gon' turn you off, you're not lucky. Can't leave any when we see the ops, it gets ugly. Ski bellies, then we rob for the money. Bad bees on me and the cops wanna cuff me.
Unknown T or Al Tribino would have did a really good job on this. Maybe Jimmy. Maybe even Jimmy. I think they all have the kind of voices and cadences that could have did well with this kind of a narrative and this kind of a beat.
Be ready, they gon' turn you off, you're not lucky. Can't leave any when we see the ops, it gets ugly. Ski bellies, then we rob for the money. Bad bees on me and the cops wanna cuff me. Be ready, they gon' turn you off, you're not lucky. Can't leave any when we see the ops, it gets ugly.
I don't know if I'm bugging, but did he go from wearing something white to wearing...
for the money. Bad bees on me and the cops wanna cuff me. Be ready, they gon' turn you off, you're not lucky. Can't leave any when we see the ops, it gets ugly. Scheme buddies get me robbed for the money. Bad bees on me and the cops wanna cuff me. That's how it goes. You never know, you can't plan the roads. Yes, trapping feds back, take what you have to show. I ain't lacking.
One of the things that I love about the 98s, I wanted to say it earlier, but one of the things I love about the 98s, and shout outs to that random thing in the background, right? But it's the fact that they always support each other. Like, you always find them like doing cameos in each other's videos, whether or not like they make sense, air quotes, to the narrative of the story. They always find a way to incorporate, you know, the 98s as a collective.
That's how it goes. You never know, you can't plan the roads. Yes, trapping feds back, take what you have to show. I ain't lacking. The man see mom with gang or nothing when they stand alone. Dank cannabis is like a man's cologne. Shank on the hip.
Wow. That cannabis is like man's cologne. You smelling it on him.
Back, take what you have to show. I ain't lacking. The man see mom with gang or nothing when they stand alone. Dank cannabis is like a man's cologne. Shank on the hip, had them on their toes. Now his hands on the stick when we scan their zones. He got bland but he lived, I wish he hadn't coped. 3A man, been a minute since we had him home. 3S, they try and claim that he handled smokes. 3 Smiz was in tip.
This is, I was trying to not pause it, but I had to. This is really, I think this is the sound for KO. It may take a little bit of time for people to really appreciate it and to respect it, especially like the really narrow-minded, kind of airheaded drill fans who only want to hear drill and the nonsense. But this is really suiting him best, and it's part of what I really want to touch on when I do like an actual dedicated video on this. Like, a lot of drill rappers, they have so much more potential than to just do drill and to just talk that, you feel me? Like, the things that they could do narrative wise, the new access to flows and sounds. I think classic 98s in general just really goes to show what the 98s can do if you give them access to new sounds and let them experiment and kind of go a little bit more outside of their own box. And even what Unknown T did on Rise Above Hate by himself, you feel me? Yeah.
Fed say he ran the phone. Jim's free, he got a bid for a big bag of crow. Jun's free, had to sit for a shit and a shave cause he had a blade. Imagine if he had a pole. Free B-boy, still sad that it's a bad result. Saying do the rapping thing, you wanna hear the gangs at shows. I know there's feds on my tail. Want me in the pen, rotting in the bin, going stale. From the outside looking in, they must think my head isn't well, cause I still do what they done when it's...
What I'm liking about this beat, I think I may have liked it a little bit more if they had a little more variation to it, but I'm liking like the subtle use of the vocals in the background because they aren't too overpowering. I feel like they're also coming in at moments where he's kind of giving space between his bars, so that way it's not creating too much of a clash between his voice and like the vocals. But I'm liking it. It's giving the overall tone a little bit more life, so it isn't just kind of being dragged out with like the, I don't want to say mellow, I guess the kind of mellowness in the tone, but also what he's talking about too. Like, you can't really be super upbeat about this. So I get it, and it's allowing what he's saying to have its own space, but it's also allowing it to have a little bit more to it, to just being just depressing.
Yeah, the gangs that shows. I know there's feds on my tail. Want me in the pen, rotting in the bin, going stale. From the outside looking in, they must think my head isn't well, cause I still do what they done when it's put most my friends in jail. Shit smacks best, you don't lose on the curbside, cause this gang will have my view of you looking bird's eye. Quick step, we do what we do.
So now they're down to just one of them.
I still do what they done when it's put most my friends in jail.
And then the other, so it looks like for lack of a better way to put it, it looks like they're begging. Oh, that's Jimmy. I wonder. I like things like this. I like things that make you think and kind of try to find some more depth. So that's the reason why I'm actually hung up on this. Like, I wonder what this means, like, you know, all that. Huh. Did it show what his piece was? Like what he represents?
From the outside looking in, they must think my head isn't well, cause I still do what they done when it's put most my friends in jail. Shit's meant best you don't lose on the curbside, cause this gang.
See, that's what I'm trying to say. Yes, I had a feeling. I was like, he's probably a king or something.
You don't lose on the curbside, cause this gang.
Yup. Knock down the pawns. I'm sorry, I like things like this. Like, I have to go this frame by frame. Oh, they're not even pawns. They're so. What's that? That's looks like a bishop. I can't exactly tell the other two. It looks like a king and a queen. And it looks like the king and the queen on the white side. Huh.
Gang will have my view of you looking bird's eye.
The king and the queen.
We do and then burn ties. Don't intend to leave any proof when it's work time. Be ready, they gon' turn you off. You're not lucky. Can't leave any when we see the ops. It gets ugly.
KO, you're too smart. You could tell he has a lot going on. He's intelligent. And I'm liking that the beat is picking up, right? Because we've heard the hook enough times now, so we know what it is. Now the beat has an opportunity to have a little bit more of a life of its own. I feel like I'm hearing some pianos coming in. I'm liking this. See, I see why you wanted me to hear this one. Shout outs to C. If KO can produce a project like this with enough balance, but yeah, this concept. Let me know how y'all interpret, you know, the visuals, because it's definitely something worth really analyzing or like really kind of taking in here. It seems like it's pretty straightforward, but I like what he did with that. Shout outs to you, KO. And shout outs to Groundworks. If Groundworks had anything to do with the construction of that visual, Groundworks is a very incredible creative agency. Shout outs to them. So in this channel we hold the vowels. That means we're gonna get straight into it. I'm gonna give this one just below a 9. I said so much during this reaction, so I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I just really want to say, KO, if you get to see this, continue making this kind of music. You have an incredible future within this lane. I can hear it. I can already hear it. If we get like a solid 4-track EP, maybe 5, you know, including this and Table's Turn, I think KO, he's going to put himself in a completely different lane and it's on people's radars. And I think if he continues to position himself correctly, he'll start getting the respect that he really deserves. What I'm enjoying about this one in particular, aside from the fact that it's showing that KO can do more than drill, which he's already done, right? But showing that he can tap into other things, what I'm really enjoying is the fact that he was able to tap into some other flows specifically. This one allowed him to do so much more with his flows. It showed that he can continue to do like the harmonizing, like what he did in his last track.
Look how the tables I'm turned. Look on their faces, they upset. Look how they hate on the works. Look how they saying we up next.
And just the fact that he was able to continue on that path and showing that he really has some things up his sleeve. This actually makes me very excited to see what KO has in store when it comes to the future of his music. I think that if he can find ways to kind of keep this air quotes real rap kind of sound going on, but also letting it become a little bit more upbeat in a way, he can really land on something really good. But I do think that there's a time and place for everything, and this particular sound served a very particular purpose and it did it very well. Honestly, there's so much for me to take in with this one, between the visuals and the fact that KO was singing. There's a lot, I'm not gonna lie. So it was hard for me to really appreciate the beat, but I think that the beat did the perfect job of kind of staying underneath KO's voice and kind of setting the tone and complementing the mood that he was setting with his own voice, right, in terms of the way that he was singing, but also with what he was saying and what he was talking about, and also complementing what the visuals were showing. There was just so much to kind of be stimulated by that I don't think I'm really able to give this beat the justice that it deserves in terms of the breakdown. But everything that it did, especially with regards to the vocals, like I said earlier, the way that they placed the vocals, or rather the way that KO worked around the vocals, so that way it didn't really do too much and clash with him, everything about it. Like, I just like this a lot. It just didn't have enough to get me super hyped for me to give it like that 9 or that 10. But also it could be because it's harder for me to kind of think about it and classify it within this particular lane. I don't know exactly how I would think about it just yet, but I think I could confidently sit at this score. Now lyrically, I wouldn't doubt that I didn't catch everything. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. KO is an incredible lyricist, and he's just one of those who just does what I really always want out of a good lyricist, and that's to kind of hide his wordplay in plain sight. And even if it's just with what he's talking about and the content and everything, I think that's what's really pushing me towards the 9 here. So even if there isn't that much of like the really crazy wordplay that we know him for, the way that he talked about all those things that he's been through, the things that his friends have been through, the way that it makes him feel, his observations of his surroundings, all of that, I have to give it a 9 for that, because that's the kind of things that I enjoy hearing from time to time. It also goes to show the depth and the layers that drill artists have, or these artists who we associate predominantly with drill. I don't want to put him in that box, oh, he's a drill rapper, right? The artists who we typically associate with drill, artists who we were introduced to them through drill. I like being able to hear them do other things, like what K-Trap did, like what Unknown T did, what Abs is doing. So many artists are showing that drill may be the entry point, and that may be an opportunity for them to talk about certain things, especially while it's hot, but they have so much more to give the world. And I think that's a really strong note for me to end on with regards to the lyricism here. He just showed that he has so much more to give the world. And I really want to hear what KO would sound like with some other artists. I can't really put my hands on any like old school artists right now off the top of my head who I'd want to hear him with. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. But I think the main reason why I can't give this one a perfect 10 for the replay value is because it does have that more mellow tone to it, right? He is talking about, I don't want to say depressing, but he's talking about real things, you know? And you have to have something kind of like a 1-4 welcome to prison kind of vibe for me to really want to take that in over and over again. But at the same time, I do really want to listen to what it is he's saying. I want to use this as an opportunity for me to actually understand KO. But yeah, I think that's actually a really good place to end this overall. Let me know if y'all want to hear some more of my thoughts about the future of drill and like how I think drill rappers should position themselves in terms of their careers and music and everything. If that's something I really want to hear, like I said, let me know and I'll make it happen. I do actually have a lot of thoughts on that, and it will actually kind of give me a little more of a push to know that you all want to hear it as well. So like I said, just let me know, and as always, hang tight for some more reactions. I do got more of those coming for y'all. But until next time, peace.